Today's sponsor is Strong Coffee. Go to strongcoffeecompany.com, use the promo code ATI Wrestling, and receive 20% off on any order. Go check them out at strongcoffeecompany.com. Okay, Lucy, I can remember when you first started coming to the shows. Now,
Oh
who was
no.
who was one of your favorite characters when you first started coming to the shows?
It was actually you, Brandon. I loved the suits. I loved them.
There's a couple of coats behind me here. You see,
The zebra print and the cheetah print are my favorite. I love it.
man, those were the fun days because you remember. I remember coming out one night and I heard a loud scream and I looked over and it was you. And I was like, "That's the biggest pop I'll ever get in my entire career," and it's all
Well, I
because of you.
thank you, thank you.
Well, let's just jump right in. Okay, I want to start with what made you decide to take this path? How did you
I
decide?
I don't know. I was like, that looks like so much fun, and everyone's like, wrestling's so fake, and it's not fake. Within the first, I think it was the second month that I was training, I like permanently messed up my elbow on a Three Amigos. Like, it's a lot of hard work, but it's a lot of fun, and I feel like it's worth it at the end of the day if you just put the work in.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that. I mean, there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. You have to be ready. Not just anybody can do this, and it takes like dedication.
And like, I didn't even watch wrestling growing up, so I don't know anything. I got into it by going to indie shows. Because I was like, no, that's so lame. I'm not going. And my friends were finally like, come on. So I was like, okay. And I fell in love with it. It was the coolest thing ever.
Oh man, independent wrestling is there's nothing like it. I love every aspect of independent wrestling. You just gotta go out there and just tear it up. Now, like you said, you didn't know nothing about wrestling. You get there. What was your first show? 2022,
I want to say it was 2023.
2023. Okay.
Yes.
So you come in 2023, which was what was the anniversary show? Was it an anniversary show? Chris Papp's call off deal?
I remember, I think there was like a cage match between Gato and Koloff
Oh wow. Okay.
in
So
the Riot
yeah,
Youth
that is.
Center, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that very well. It opened the show that night.
I have a really bad memory. It's a CTE.
Yeah, they tore the house down. I mean, we opened the show inside the steel cage that night, and man, they just broke it down. But after you get into your training, if you want to, you can mention, who you trained under, or because I know that I'll pull the curtain back a little bit. I know that you were really it was more of a dream just to do the wrestling thing as a birthday party, right?
Yes, it was. I wanted to wrestle my at the time who I never missed a show, like would request off work with me. Uh we'll call her Jade. Jade was everything to me. We were such good friends, and I was like, let's do this for a birthday party. I started talking to some of the wrestlers, trying to get some training in. And once we started training, I found out I hurt myself on a back roll. I crunched my neck, and it like got super dark for a second because I got scared. And she went up to my job and started talking to my best friend Brandon, about how I can't do it. No, not you, not you. About how I couldn't do it and I sucked, and we've been working on it for days and I just couldn't get it done. So I cut her out completely, and I had my birthday party match with somebody else. So
Yeah, what's crazy too about that situation is that I wasn't even there because I had to go to a wedding, I want to say. I don't know what happened to my camera, but it'll be, give me just a second.
okay.
All right. I don't, I, I'm sorry, technical difficulties there. I don't know what happened with my camera, but anyway, so we're back.
All right.
I
But
mean,
yeah, you weren't there.
yeah, I know I couldn't make it. I had to go to a wedding for somebody that I didn't even really care to go to, but it was a private invite, and Yeah, I don't even really want to talk about that weekend,
Yeah.
but yeah, I had to go to this. It was more because my wife had to go to it, and I just I had to be there. But anyway, how was that? Like, because that was really your first time actually having to go through a match. What was it like?
It was terrifying. I remember standing behind the curtain and JD was there. He was JD Silent at the time, and he got me in the back like right before my entrance music hit, which was completely different. My character now I am completely different from like it was red and black and like I had a scar and I was hardcore and I'm completely different now. And I remember coming through the curtain and I like stormed through the curtain and I just locked eyes on my opponent and I was like, I'm terrified. Like all these are like my closest friends and family. Like this is so nerve wracking. I can't believe I'm doing this. And to be honest, I don't remember it at all. So
Well, that's kind of the way it was with me. My first time getting in the ring and getting knocked around was by Mac Daddy Duds, who I was actually a ref at the time, and I can't remember what he called it. It was kind of like a death cutter. He put you on your shoulders, boom,
mm,
and yeah, I was out. Don't remember much about that. Now there was one time Steve Anthony clotheslined my head off.
I believe that. I've seen Steve Anthony work at 225 and he is crazy. I love it.
I came out. He gave me the clothesline, and I promise you, that was the stiffest clothesline I've ever had. And I thought Koloff had gave me the stiffest clothesline ever, but no, Steve Anthony took my head off, like literally. But so you did the birthday party. Is that where the bug happened? Is that when you decided like I want to try this for real?
I feel like I kind of wanted it in the beginning, but I feel like birthday party was testing the waters because I showed up to my second training session with AMA elbow pads and knee pads and title boots, and they were like, "Yeah, she's gonna take this seriously." So they seriously started training me on stuff to do for like an actual wrestling match.
And then when did you have your first wrestling match?
Oh gosh, it was against Kimber Fox at the celebration, I believe.
The
Night.
celebrate. Oh, that was also something I was not at. That was after I'd gotten out of the company.
Mhm. That was night two. So and not it was night two. I was wrestling against her, but night one, I actually came out and saved Jeremiah from um, Kimber and Asher teaming up against him on one, which was not very fair. So I had to go out there and help him. You know,
And flex the
Blackwater
muscles.
Society.
Flex the muscles. Let me ask you this now: Blackwater Society. You're a member of that, right?
Yes.
And you like being around that freak Jeremiah?
I I don't know. I'm trying he barks. I'm trying to get him to meow. I think that would maybe go over
Oh
better
my
with the crowd.
God.
I think it would. 'Cause every time he barks, I meow back, and nobody can really hear me because it's not that loud. But I think that
You do realize that Jeremiah, like, he escaped an insane asylum and he shouldn't be out on the streets. Like, they have tried to report him, he won't go back in. I don't know why you would even get that close to him. Do you see how crazy he is? Did you see what him and Koloff did at the clubhouse, the final night of the clubhouse?
I did. I don't know. I like his little braids. I think they're
Now,
cute.
from what I hear, and one of my buddies, good buddies and friend of the podcast, and probably one of the brightest stars coming up in the independent wrestling scene, Hunter Hendricks said that you just don't take your pills enough. What did he mean by that?
I don't. He says I'm crazy, and I don't know what he means. I just want to be friends with everybody, and he just wouldn't understand that. So I don't know. I don't know what his problem is. He just
Well,
doesn't like me. I don't know. I wanted to be his friend, and he just didn't like me.
he likes me. We talk. I mean, Hunter's a great guy, great wrestler. But I do have a video, and I
Okay.
want to show this clip because you just said it yourself that he said you was crazy, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I want the listeners to take a look at this clip and maybe they can judge for themselves. Now, Hunter is the prodigy, baby. Hunter Hendricks is the prodigy. So Let's take a look at this clip from GCW.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. What are you talking?
Now, I had to cut the clip a little short because I didn't want to show no violence, no more than what it was. But it kind of makes sense. A little crazy. I mean, you pulled a blade. Was that a switchblade you pulled out and put to his throat?
Yes, it was. But it's rainbow. Is it? It's so cute. It's kind of like
It's so
this
what?
one. It's like rainbow. It's cute.
All right, put that down. Put it down. You don't need to hurt yourself. Just put it down. Right there you go. Now make sure you don't. Ooh, maybe he was right. But now you took him on in this match. Now he did win.
He
What
shoved
was your
pills in my throat, and the ref didn't see it, and I was choking. And when the ref finally turned around, I was choking on pills. I don't even know what he put in my mouth. It was like
look
a
at
little
that?
prescription bottle with something in it.
Losers always have excuses. But on the point here, how was the match? I mean, with Hunter being in the ring with greatness, how did that work out? I mean, did you have a blast?
You should ask him what it was like being in the ring with greatness. And then he acted like I broke his nose, so I felt bad. And then he stomps on my arm, and so I may have pretended that he hurt my arm, which is why I pulled the switchblade on him because he shouldn't have done that first, and it was not fair.
Well, we're definitely seeing the craziness coming out of this. You pretended that your arm was hurt, so
He
you
pretended that
you
his
played
nose was
possum
hurt first.
against him.
He pretended his nose was hurt first, so
He didn't
I
pretend
did the
his
same thing.
nose probably was hurt. You cannot touch this region. I mean,
I
that's the moneymaker. You can't touch that.
Well, he should have been my friend instead. So he busted my nose open. I was bleeding.
Oh, toughen up. Come on. I mean, it's just crazy. All right, I'm gonna just say this. We'll move on because we're not gonna agree on that. We're gonna move on a little bit and get to some other stuff. What are some of your highlights since entering wrestling? And like, who are some of the people that have inspired you to get in? I mean, when you got in, but kind of has inspired you since you've been in.
Um, inspired me since I've been in. I don't really see. I really want to like Kimber, and I really want her to be my friend because I think her glow wings are so cool, and I love the stuff that she does in the ring. But she just doesn't like me, and every time she sees me, she beats me up. So I want to say she inspires me because I want her to like me and I want her to be my friend, but I don't think she likes me very much. So maybe I'd probably say Vladimir Koloff and a lot of 225 guys. Like, I really like Christian Blake and Simon Phillips, and the way they are in the ring is just crazy to me.
I'm a big fan of Christian Blake, Simon Phillips, but why? Let me ask you this simple question: why do you want to be friends with everybody? I mean, you got to remember something, okay? It's about making money, not friends. And only crazy people want to make friends.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You say it's all about the money, but if you have a bunch of friends that are crazy, you can get money a lot of different ways.
Yeah, put that back down, please.
Okay.
Please put that back down. I just got a feeling that you're going to swing that through the camera at me, and I don't want to get cut. Because I thought I was one of your favorite people. I thought you liked my suits,
I
and
do. You should get a glitter one.
you know what? You never know what's going to happen. Now, let me ask you. You brought up Vladimir Cole.
I did.
Let's talk a little bit about Big Vlad. What was your thoughts? Because I know you were there that night, but what was your thoughts when I was revealed at Lost Art to helping him, and he shook my hand after the history with me and Big Vlad.
Um, I was very shocked, but maybe he's needing some help in his corner. Um, I don't know. I thought he hated you, so I mean, beats me, I guess.
well, you got to do whatever it takes, and see, brilliance knows brilliance, and that's how it works. But let's hear your thoughts on Vlad, because I'll say this honestly, in my career in wrestling, from being a manager, referee, owner, whatever you want to say, that man's been step by step, whether it be good or bad with me. And I honestly owe a lot to him. He's helped me a tremendous amount, and I know that he's been there a little bit of step away as your career. So kind of kind of explain that.
Um, I will say I'm gonna peel the curtain back a little bit. That is actually my trainer. A lot of people know that because they'll see me at shows and they'll be like, "Who trained you?" And I'll tell them. I think that he was probably one of my favorite wrestlers getting into wrestling. Not anymore, of course. I'm my favorite wrestler. But I don't know, just the way he is with like the fans and the crowd and even fans that hate him, and like there was just something that I was like, this is really cool. Like this guy's like getting a reaction out of the crowd no matter what he does. Um, I don't know. He was one of my
Well,
favorite wrestlers
well,
ever.
the thing with me is that, and I've not just been touting this, since he's become a client, but I've always touted. He's one of the top independent wrestlers in this area. He's got the it factor. He can do whatever it is. He can go in the ring. He can talk. He's going to work his ass off no matter what he does. He's putting 110% into it, and you got to respect that no matter what. I can remember 4 or 5 years ago, the Vladimir Klov you're seeing now is not the Vladimir Klov that was 4 or 5 years ago. Nor did he have the respect that he had 4 or 5 years ago. But he has worked and earned so much respect over the last 4 or 5 years. When I first met him, uh, people kept telling me, you got to check out Vladimir Klov. You got to check out Vladimir Klov. I check him out, and he's 400 pounds. And I'm like, what's this dude going to do? You know? And then all of a sudden, I see him in action. And I'm just like, okay, now I know the hype. It used to be you had to see Vladimir Klov live to know what you were getting. Now you can see. I mean, he's just got the charisma. He's got it all. I think he is, one of the top guys on the independent scene. There's a lot of them that are in that top echelon, and I just put him up very, very up. So that's just me talking about Vladimir and what you said. But moving on, after you got in and you had your first match with Kimber, as a matter of fact, you had a match with her the other night at Combat Sports Pro. And just going through this journey, who is somebody that you can see yourself that you want to get in the ring with, that you want to have a match with?
Probably Dream Girl Ellie.
Dream Girl Ellie, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
I've seen her many times in person, but continue.
she's crazy in the ring. I've seen her wrestle a couple times at GCW, but mainly at 225, and that girl puts on a show. I love watching her in ring stuff. I from I don't know, she just everything that she does is so crisp and so clean and just like it looks like it hurts and I can take it. So I think I would love to get in the ring with her one day.
Yeah, Dream Girl Ellie's a good one. Well, while we got a second, make sure you check out strongcoffeecompany.com. Enter that promo code ATI Wrestling. Get 20% off on any order. This strong coffee. Lucy Blade, do you know anything about strong coffee? Because it's protein and energy.
Let me
So go
tell you,
check out strongcoffeecompany.com. Look at Lucy Blade. Getting her some coffee, getting her some energy.
always.
Go check it out. Strongcoffeecompany.com. Use the promo code ATI Wrestling and receive 20% off. From the fans that have ordered it, or the listeners that have ordered it, I've gotten great feedback from it. I mean, it's like, it's a natural, it's not like, you know, like The normal coffee is strong coffee. So go check it out. But we're going to get into some other stuff here towards the end because we're right here at the end of the podcast. So this is usually the segment where I'm going to ask or say a name. I want you to give me your opinion on them, and we'll do about three or four. But before, you know what? Before I mention any names, let me go ahead and do this. I heard that there was a show in Biloxi, Mississippi, and you was at a merchandise table, and somebody approached that table. Who was it? And I heard that you kind of had a few words to say. So what was it?
Um, yes. So that was Christopher Card. One
You
of the
didn't have to say his name on it, but anyway, go ahead.
Oh, no, no, no. I'll say his name. I don't care. I do not like him. He came up to the table, and he's standing here talking to Vladimir Koloff, who was next to me, and he's talking, trying to make small talk. Koloff's dealing with fans, trying to get merch money. Whatever. And I just turned to look at him, and I asked him what he was doing over here because he had no business being near me because I do not like that man. So. mm.
Hmm. Well, I think his brother likes Lucy Blaze.
Oh yeah, he does. He does a lot. For anyone else wondering, you can totally go to my Facebook page and check out all the links in my Linktree bio. So
That's a little hint. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, before we do get into the names that I'm going to mention, why don't you go ahead and give people your social media links and where they can find you?
my Instagram is at official Lucy Blade. Facebook is just Lucy Blade. You can find me through the Gulf Coast Wrestling pages. YouTube is official Lucy Blade as well. TikTok, official Lucy Blade, everything. If you go to my Facebook, everything will be linked in my link tree. And you can it's just a couple taps away, and you can follow me and keep up with all my crazy glittery shenanigans. So yes.
So, all right, we're going to start it out a little simple, a little easy.
All right.
Let's go first name JD. Let's say JD.
I love JD, but I have mixed feelings.
Well, mixed feelings. What's the mixed feelings there?
He's like my bestie. He walks me out to the ring. He's like so cool, but I don't understand because he always walks out with Kimber, and I know that's like red flag activity, but red flag doesn't like me, so I don't know why he's hanging out with me. But he always told me that my glitter and my knives are cool, so I guess like that makes up for it. I guess he's like I always call him a child of divorce because he's like in Red Flag Army and Blackwater, and he like can't make his mind up. But I know he likes me better, so it's okay.
Yeah, Red Flag Army is like the great value version of Brilliant Ink, right? Like it's the rejected version of Brilliant Ink, right?
100%.
Because like Brilliant Ink was the stuff.
Yes.
And then when the Brilliant one, myself that is, had to step away for a little while, they decided to call themselves the Red Flag Army. That's like these girls around here that have daddy issues and stuff like that. They get away from daddy and they form the Red Flag Army.
Yep.
So there you go. Anyway, speaking of the Red Flag Army, I'm gonna bring up somebody else. Pet.
I don't know what that. Should we do like a 1 to 5 scale?
1 to 5. I mean, I would say 1 to 100, and I
One.
would give Pet a 99.
I would give him like a 27.
A what?
Yes. I don't know. A few
Pet
years
is, is
ago.
is great, man. I love Pet. He entertains me. Why do you
Mm-mm.
think he was in Brilliant Ink? The only thing that I don't like is that cat Gato.
I love Gato. I rate Gato 100. I love cats. I'm a cat person.
I'm not. I'm a dog person. I can't stand cats. I just it's a problem. But anyway, next name, Vladimir Koloff. I know we've already talked about him, but just give me one word that describes him.
One word? Oh man, I don't know if I want to be mean because I don't think he wants to be my friend, or if I should be nice. I'd say a
He don't
solid
want to be your friend, so go ahead and do
C.
it.
But I'm telling you, his if I bedazzled his jacket, I think he would really like it.
I don't
That
think so. You're not bedazzled on anything he's got.
that would it would be so cool. Okay, for that answer, like a solid 50 out of 100.
Hmm.
It's
All
like
right, so now I'm gonna give you the floor because we're about to close out. And you can follow us on Facebook at Around the Indies. You can follow me on TikTok at the Brilliant One, baby. And you can follow us on YouTube and hit or subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit that like button. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Amazon Music, and Audible. Give us that 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts. All interviews are on video and audio. And then I have an audio only version of my show that I put out on Around the Indies. It's on all podcast platforms. Give it a check out. But anyway, we're going to close this out with one thing.
okay.
And I hate bringing this up because I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of hearing myself, or I ain't even really said nothing about it, but I've heard everybody else speak their piece about AWA and when it went down, when it went under.
Mhm.
So to stroke my ego a little bit, was AWA better with or without me?
It was 100% better with you. There.
Okay. Now, how was it when I left? Because I know you didn't really know it when I wasn't involved, when I wasn't the owner. So, what was it like when you found out I wasn't going to be there no more?
I think whenever I first found out, I was really sad, but everybody's like, no, no wrestler, manager, owner, whatever, never really retires. So like, hopefully he'll be back. And it was just great. It was great. And then you left, and immediately just downhill because that's how I got started. I did the production and the audio and stuff, and then right when you left is right when I started wrestling, and yeah, the owners were just creepy towards me. The camera guys sucked. Like, I'm not gonna name names, but it was a really bad
Diego, you can
environment.
go ahead and say it, Diego.
Yeah, Diego sucks. Boo.
Diego is the biggest punk I've ever seen in my life. He couldn't film nothing. He called himself head of production, but he can't do nothing in production.
Nothing.
Uh, he's just terrible. I don't even know how he's still like on the independent wrestling scene. But anyway, continue on.
Yeah, it was really bad. The owners were creepy. Production sucked. Some of the film guys that we had came in. They would lose footage, and like it was so awful. Like at one point I was doing all the setup production almost by myself, and like the owners didn't care. The owner, I can't stand one of the owners. He was like very creepy towards me. I just can't.
Well, I know exactly. You know, he was on Adam's Family. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, would call me his daughter and then be like, "You look hot," and I'm like,
Who calls their daughter hot? But anyway,
"We're Mississippi, so
well, that is true. We are, and a lot of people forget that we're Mississippi. I used to see several fans who were in the audience down there that I know. You know, the babies. I could tell they look like lizards. So I
Oh,
know that they were keeping it all in the family down there with some of them.
oh wow."
Uh, but anyway, Lucy, I want to thank you for coming on. I appreciate you for coming on and doing the show. Um, we're about to get out of here, but if there's anything else you want to say before we roll out, we're definitely going to have you back on. But this is Indy Limelight, and Lucy Blade has been, you know, she's been put in a light. So, Lucy, is there anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
No, I would just say thank you for having me. Going back to the whole sink pet thing, I only have one word for that. Applebee's. I think you should get a sparkly. I think you
Uh,
should get a.
that brings me up. You spoke Applebee's. I forgot about that. All right, the Applebee's thing that
Yes.
became a thing like forever because
Yep.
it was just popping up on my Facebook. I had to hide that stuff because I got tired of hearing Applebee's. I don't even eat Applebee's to this day because of that.
Same. I went WrestleMania weekend and the sink pet said he'd be there. He never showed up, so that's why he gets a 27.
Oh, got one more name to bring up.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I
No
have this feeling
remorse.
I know who you're gonna
John
say.
Taylor.
0 out of 100.
All right. We're going to check it out. Y'all have fun. Don't forget, check out strongcoffeecompany.com. Use the promo code ATI Wrestling. You get 20% off. We'll see you, I guess, in a few days right here on Around the Indies.